Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Raising Arizona. And this movie came out in 1987, and it's the second feature length film from the Coen brothers. The first one being Blood Simple. And I liked Blood Simple. I enjoyed it. I don't remember too much about it, but I remember liking it and it being good. And I'm a big fan of the Coen brothers. I love Fargo and stuff like The Big Lebowski, for those who don't know, and No Country for Old Men, Burn After Reading, A Serious Man, and Inside Llewyn Davis, one of my favorites from them. And all these movies are great. Would highly recommend all of them. And there's stuff like The Man Who Wasn't There, which is easily one of my favorites. And it might be my favorite, but I'll have to see it a second time to really confirm as to whether or not that's the case for me. And this one was great. I loved this one as well, and it's definitely one of their best movies, or at the very least, one of their better movies. Like, possibly top five? I'll have to really go through their movies to see where it lands for me, but I thought I got a decent amount out of this, and it didn't feel just thrown together like it easily could have been, and because of the story and the premise of where we're going at, things can easily be super cheesy and fall apart, but the film manages to hold on to this cheese and just make an entertaining movie out of it. And the characters are very over the top at many points, and it's very cartoonish. And if you think movies like A Serious Man or The Big Lebowski are really funny and kind of out there, like, this is something else. This is like really cartoonish and just putting the dial up to max and then some. I'm not going to give out any examples, but there are parts where I was really enjoying what was happening. And it was just so funny to me. And I thought the music was good. I also enjoyed the characters and the performances. I thought Nicolas Cage did a great job in this film. And this is one of his earlier films, I believe. And it was nice to see him. And Holly Hunter, John Goodman, I always love him. And this movie really highlights how chaotic being a parent can be. And I do like how things turn out by the end of the film. And there's plenty of things I could say, and I would love to spoil this movie and talk about those things. But I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. But what I will say is that I feel as though where things end up, it's very wonderful and very well earned, is what I'll say about it. Like, I never once felt that feels out of place. That doesn't align with what these characters were doing or what the movie was really going for. But rather, I felt as though everything it did by the end of it was either earned, or I could see enough of it where I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I could see how a character would come to that conclusion. And in terms of issues, there was one scene in particular where the chaotic nature of what was happening felt a bit underplayed, in my opinion. And also, there's some little moments where it doesn't look too great in terms of how things are being presented, but for the most part, I thought it looked pretty great. It's very well shot. Definitely feels as though every shot in this movie had intent behind it, like they had an idea of how to shoot the scene before shooting the scene and knew how to make it look great. And there are parts of this movie that honestly remind me of Kill Bill a little bit, without giving much away. And I'm happy to say that this is one of those movies where it doesn't take itself very seriously at all. It's a comedy, it's ridiculous, it's crazy, and it just embraces that and goes along with it, and is not afraid of being its own thing. I can say that much about it. And the action in this movie, I haven't even mentioned that yet, but the action scenes in this movie, really great. Really loved all that. Very memorable. Lots of fun. Lasted for what felt like a long time. I was like, wow, it's still going. I love this. It doesn't feel like it just lasted for like a minute and I barely enjoyed it. No, it just keeps going and going, and I leave satisfied because of that. And I would love to check out more Coen Brothers films, and there's only a couple that I haven't seen yet. And the only ones that I haven't seen are Miller's Crossing, The Hudsucker Proxy, if I pronounced that correctly, and Intolerable Cruelty. Those are the only ones I haven't seen. But everything else I've seen and really enjoyed, and the only ones that I didn't like as much would be The Lady Killers, which I gave a positive rating to, but it's kind of a mess. And the only one I don't really see myself rewatching would probably be True Grit. I just didn't connect with it, but I might feel differently if I were to rewatch it. And there would probably be aspects that I would appreciate a bit more about it if I were to see it again. And that's about all I have to say about Racing Arizona. Really great, loved it, would totally watch it again, lots of fun, very memorable. It was a blast, so check this movie out whenever you get the chance, and with all that being said, I'm going to give Racing Arizona a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Racing Arizona, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Boogeyman. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.